everyone, welcome back to my channel, Shinhan Art. I wasn't going to get in front of the camera today because of my ashes on my head, and I thought, why would I be concerned about that? I just saw the president on TV with them, so I'm not going to worry about it. But anyway, I thought I'd do a quick video. I did do a painting today. Not sure if I'm going to run the video or not. This was what I did. It's just a tulip. I may just go ahead and run it. It was pretty simple to do, and you guys might enjoy it. But I wanted to show you a couple things first. First of all, I am doing well. I'm doing very well. I'm still having issues with strength. I have a problem with my back muscles from my shoulders down all the way to the left side of my back, and back spasms really bad, and weakness. And then I have weakness in my left leg still. But I'm working on it. I'm going to a massage therapist tomorrow. I cannot wait. My son, Justin, used to do my massages for me a lot, and he was terrific at them. He probably still is, but he's the son that we haven't seen in 2 years and is not speaking to us. So my heart is broken. I can't talk about it because it just gets me all upset, which I think is what he probably wants, but anyway, I don't care. A couple things I wanted to show you, though, that I got that I was telling you about before. I'm looking around for things. Here we go. First of all, this Mister bottle is inexpensive. You can get it on Amazon. If you have regular water bottles like I have had, they're good to have. There's no problem with them. Like this one, I love this one. I can't find it anywhere anymore, and mine is like totally ruined. I used to use it for acrylic painting, but the mist is, the droplets are very big. Same goes for these kind of bottles. They come in different sizes. This is a little bigger one, but that one is more of a mister. But this thing rocks it. Look at this. You push once and it continues. Let's see if I can get it. Anyway, that was one push, and it jerked a little bit because of me. But anyway, if you want to get one of these, I would recommend it. They're great for keeping your paper wet when you're working wet into wet, etc. I think it was under $10, I think, on Amazon. Don't put water bottle in your search. Put Mister bottle and get this one. It's really great. I'll try to remember to link it below. But moving on, I wanted to get some spotter brushes. I think I said that in my other video. And I accidentally bought regular Maestro DaVinci brushes. So I got a set of 5, number 5, a 2, a 3, a 0, and a 4. 54320 is what I got. And I used many of them in painting this tulip today, but I'm really waiting on my spotters to come from Rosemary and Company because I love spotters. They've got big bellies, they're short, stubby brushes, and now they're making them a little bit pointier. The next thing I wanted to show you is something fun. I'll show you this first. I got this box on Amazon. I got it for paintbrushes, actually, to put some good paintbrushes in if I'm traveling. It's just a plain, cheap, very weak kind of wooden box. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to stain it, and then I'm going to go ahead and paint over it in gouache. Maybe some flowers or a little landscape or something, but I'm going to paint it and then seal it with wax. I did this with a jewelry box. If you followed me for years, you've probably seen it. I'll try to post a picture up in the corner for you. I'm looking at a mirror image, so I always get mixed up. I think it's going to go over here. But anyway, I could put it anywhere. That's silly. I did do a box before for an auction, and I got the highest auction bid, so I was pretty happy about that. I had just joined the art guild, and it worked out great. But this was something I wanted to do for me, and I can put brushes in it. There's a lot of space. I'd have to figure out some sort of padding or put some sticky stuff in the bottom that I can just stick my brushes into, kind of like a one of the gummy erasers or something like that that will hold them still. That's not what I would use, but something similar to that so I can squish them in there because there's so much space. And I really like this box. So I will do a video on this one. In fact, I may stain it today, so I'll have to do another video after I'm done with this one. The next thing I got was, I think I showed you guys this. This has been great, and I cannot wait to use it for gouache because this is going to be my gouache palette. It's one of those sealable, watertight kind of a deals, and I thought this would be a great gouache palette. But I've been using watercolor of late, and I haven't been painting much, as you guys know, so I'm getting back into it. But I've been using the water cup too, which has been wonderful because I can keep it very short like this, or I can pop it up all the way and make it a big cup. But when you're out plein air painting, watercolor sketching or whatever, all you need to do is just keep it like this and have a little shallow bowl. You don't even need a lot of water. It'll keep it more stable too. So this I cannot wait to use, and I think I've showed this to you before, but anyhow, that's that. Next thing is something fun that I saw online, and I thought, get it, Sharon. You can do something with this. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 7. And it's a weird number, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, I probably would use 8. Oh no, I could do 9, 3, 3, 3. I got these picture frames. They're little picture frames that hold little 4 by 4 inch paintings inside. They're just black wood frames. They do have backs on them so that you can stand them up. But I thought, wouldn't it be cool to do a large painting and then cut it down into 4 by 4 squares? And it's, you know how you do a diptych or triptych or whatever. This would be a, what do you call it? A noctic? I don't know. Anyway, for 9. And you know, you could do 3 in a row, just like bam, bam, bam. Separate them and do a stack of 3 and 3, and you could do a really cool painting that way. Or if you have a painting that has not worked out so well, but it's not totally horrible, but you're struggling with it, cut it down. Put it in frames like this. Don't cut any of the bad parts off, but if you separate it, it tricks the eye and people won't notice it as much. So just a little tip there. So anyway, I think that's pretty much it, all I wanted to show you. And I've got my spotter brushes coming, so that's pretty cool. And I think that's it. Yeah, so why don't I go ahead and just do the painting with you. Let's get started. Okay, well, I apologize in the beginning here. It looks like I have a shadow on my paper, which is odd because it is so cloudy today, but there must have been a bright spot in the sky, so I'm sorry. I'm going to zoom in so that you can see exactly what I drew on my paper, and then I'll go over the colors with you. Okay, so here you can see exactly what I drew on my paper. It's just a tulip. In fact, I'm considering starting a Facebook group for my pictures so that you can have my reference photos. Tell me if you would be interested in that. Today I'm just going to go over the painting real quick, and if you're interested in that, then let me know down below, and I can start a group like that where you can actually get the photos that I'm using. Right now I've just wet an area of the tulip so that I can put some color in, and I want the colors to kind of blend together. The colors that I'm using today are sap green, olive green, a little bit of green gold. These are all Daniel Smith colors, alizarin crimson, quinacridone coral, and neutral tint. That's all I'm using today. Now the greens, you don't have to do that. I could have used my yellow and my sap and a little bit of red to make my own olive green. You can do that if you don't have it. So red, yellow and a little bit of your green to make an olive color. Now I'm going to go ahead in with my color here. And what I've done was I put a little drop of water in each of my wells, and then I just added a little bit of the color to it so that I have my colors here throughout. The only one I don't have down in my palette yet is my Perylene Green, and I'm going to be grabbing that in just a bit. Now, I'm starting out with my Legend Sable number 4, which is by Cheap Joe's. It's a good brush. I've had it for many years. I really enjoy this brush. I used that brush to put the water down, and I'm going in with a larger brush initially just because I'm going to be blending all of these colors together. Unfortunately, when I get down to the stem, there's going to be a little while where you're not going to see me painting the bottom of the stem, and I apologize for that. I'm just getting back into the swing of things here. Oh, but I also wanted to let you all know that my camera for my videos will be improving very soon. The beginning of April, I believe. I ordered my husband and I new phones. He needs to use the Apple phone for an app because he's hard of hearing. So I got him the iPhone 13 Pro, I think. And then I'm a Samsung girl, so I got the Samsung Galaxy 22 Ultra, which has the best cameras on the market in a phone right now. In fact, one of them is 108 megapixels, so I'm really looking forward to using a good camera for my videos. I've always filmed on my phone, and I'm trying to get better at using the KineMaster editing app that I use. But anyway, it'll get better in April. My phone is on back order right now. So right now you're seeing me going in and painting many of the petals on the tulip, and then I'm going to go down to the stem right now, and it's going to be cut off. I don't know how I managed to do that, but I did. So hopefully I move my camera very soon. I can always edit most of this out. I'm going in initially with the olive green, and as you can see in the picture, the stem is very light. The light is coming in from the left side onto that leaf, and the stem, so you'll see that I'm keeping the left side much brighter. And I'll gradually build up. I'll go in with sap green, then I'll go in with my Perylene over it, and I'll begin to layer those colors. I just put the Perylene down, and I mixed it in that other well with a little bit of my sap green, so I can make a gradual change. And I apologize that the leaves are not showing right now. Hopefully they will be in a little bit. I dried that because I was afraid it was going to bleed, so I caught it really quick. All you have to do is take the heavier amount of water off. You don't even have to dry it all the way, and it'll stop bleeding. So that's what I did. Now you can see though that my tulip is still very faded in comparison to the one in the photo, and I'm going to be building that up. Of course they're not going to look exact. If I wanted to do that, I could just use a photo, right? But I'll be building up those colors as we go. And I've switched to a smaller brush. I believe I'm using a number 3 here, which is a DaVinci Maestro brush, Kolinsky Sable. I will not be buying any more Kolinsky Sable brushes because they come from Russia, so I won't be doing that. And the ones that I bought from Rosemary and Company were red sables, so they may have come from another country. Now, as you can see, these were staining colors, so adding water back to this petal does not disturb any of the color underneath, but I do want to continue to blend it. Now I'm trying to build up the dark areas on that tulip petal. Now I'm just grabbing my neutral tint, and I'll clean out that area of the well, and I'm going to mix my alizarin crimson with some of that neutral tint to make that red real dark. So that I can get that darkness that I got over there. Now, if you don't have neutral tint, you don't need to use that. What you can do is add just a little bit of green into your red, and it's going to darken it. Don't use a lot though. You will end up with olive green and it'll go the other way, and you don't want it to be green, but just a little bit of your green in there should darken it up. But the neutral tint works great. It does not alter the color of the original color you're using. It just deepens the value, which is why it's called neutral tint. Now, as you saw, I did wet that entire petal, so those colors will bleed again, and I'll let it dry, and then I'm going to go back and do it again. I go in several times to finish this petal off, but then I'll go on and I'll work on the other petals as well. Now, as I start working on the petal on the left-hand side, I did realize in the photo that my petal was off a little bit, so I used some paper towel to fix that, and then I had gone in with red where it should have been yellow, so I was trying to suck up some of that color. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect, and in the end it ends up looking just fine, but I had the petal shape completely off, so I had to fix it. Now, I noticed I was off frame for a little bit, so I cut that portion of the video out. I was just working on that leaf over at the bottom, but I'm using this dark perylene green to get the darkness of the color on the leaf of the tulip. You can see how dark that one on the left, or that would be my right, the one on the right gets from the shadowing with the light shining on the left-hand side. Please forgive me, my first video back in a long time, getting off frame like that. I'm hopeful that with my new camera coming, that my wide angle will work better than this one ever did, and that I can get more of a wide angle on my paintings, and you can still see my palette and everything else. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up down below, and if you're new to my channel, welcome, and feel free to subscribe. My videos will be increasing in frequency now that I am back. So remember, everybody, remember, be courageous, paint with wild abandon. Most of all, be kind to each other. God bless you. Take care. I love you guys, and pray for Ukraine.